This is power, this is truth, this is fire. We're the sport that'll light your empire. We're the grinders, the makers, the dream machine, chasing visions through the Web3 stream. Break the mold, let the fire ignite. We're building in public, no fear, no fright. Amid the rugs and the fakes we shine, gliding through space, coding in time. The fold is ours, yeah, we're claiming the game. Astrocast rising, remember the name. It's the future we write, it's a world we design. The fold is calling and the stars will align. The fold is ours, we're breaking the chains, riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astro Kids conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yo, solo explorers building the base, from an island of dreams to the vastest space, transforming the grind into indie gold. Bear the torch, we're breaking the old. This ain't just a game, it's a movement away from the sea to the stars. It's the future we pave, a limited run, but the fire's alive. Exclusive mid-watch, the legends arrive. Builders of the bear, we're taking it there. From nothing to something, to the cosmos we tear. Through the void, through the dark, we declare. Yo, step up, step in, feel the beat drop. Indie revolution, and we won't stop. From collectors to coders, we're setting the bar. Rising like rockets, we're aiming for stars. The fold is all is ours. We're breaking the chains, riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astrocast conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fists raised, we're making you proud. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fist raised, we're making you proud.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Astro Stream. We are back once again. Super exciting to have you guys here. Vivek, I see you in the comments. Thank you so much. Well, let's get right into it. So, just a quick reminder about the last episode that we had. It's still available. You guys can still go watch it here on X. We were talking with Spitz, is the communications head for LilyPad, and we were talking about LST back NFTs. It was super interesting. Also, the Astro Kids collection, and of course, I want to remind you of the whitelist giveaway. Guys, don't forget you can join the whitelist giveaway. We will have more about that later in the show, so stay tuned. Keep watching. We will have all those details how you can join and win a whitelist for our Astro Kids collection. Hell yeah. So, of course, we are the world. As you know, if you've been following us, you've probably already heard all about this. But let's say it for the benefit of those who are new to the show. What is the world? So the world's vision and mission is to build immersive games, comics, and digital experiences to shape the future of indie creativity on Solana by building as a community and successfully deliver and inspire indies, showing a path to small studios on how they can bring their vision to reality with the power of Web3. So, a real time strategy game, Islands of Aquatica, is the start of a trilogy of games where we explore the Aquatica expanse in the role of Astro Kids, our first NFT collection of in game characters and PFPs that you can design yourself. Are these Astro Kids, and you can design them by holding our identity and community pass, the Astro profile, or that is soon to come on our website, or winning a whitelist event or giveaway like the one we'll have today. So stay tuned for your opportunity to design your own in-game character and PFP NFT that you will be able to win on our giveaway. Quickly jumping here, everybody knows BK is our founder and CEO. He will be joining us today. Hello, BK.
Hey, Rex,
Great
how's it going?
seeing you. Going good. Good. I mean, it wasn't going so good. Now it's good.
Well,
Quick introduction. So he's the generalist, game design and development developer and CEO. He's member Super Team India, participant Solana Hacker Houses in the founder villages, and of course, we'll introduce our special guest now. So we have a very well known Simon is the co-founder of Solana ID. Hello, welcome. And
Yeah, I'm here.
we've all seen the videos. We've all had tremendous fun with all this. But I think I'll leave it to you to tell us what is Solana ID, a bit about yourself, how all this came about. We are super curious, and thanks for joining.
For sure. If you want answers to all those questions, that's going to take a while. So I'll start with one of these questions and explain what Plan ID is, and then we can double click on whatever you guys want. But first of all, thanks for having me. Super excited to be here. Long-term friend with BK. I see him everywhere, wherever I go. I feel like he's always there, which is great. I think you're probably worse than myself when it comes to traveling, BK, trying to be everywhere. Maybe there's a clone or something of yourself. I have no idea how you do it. Anyway, Solana ID is the fastest growing identity layer on the Solana ecosystem. We're trying to help people, everyday users of Solana, to squeeze out a bit more value of their wallet accounts by monetizing their data securely and safely with privacy installed in the protocol, so no one needs to be afraid to get doxxed or KYC themselves or something. We're not about that. We're really trying to do the Facebook business model just in user first. So we don't take your data and sell it without you knowing about it. We help you to sell your data to protocols on Solana and get some value in return, which is pretty neat. And then for DApps, there's huge potential to help them find the right audience, find the right users on chain based on data, because right now Web3 marketing is kind of broken. A lot of apps don't really know who their customers are, because we're so private, and Solana ID is filling that void, essentially. So that's the TLDR. That's the high-level intro about Solana ID. We have a pretty active Twitter feed, so if people are interested to learn more about us, I think typing in Solana ID on Twitter does the job, and you will be able to see all our fancy videos and explanations and everything.
Excellent.
nice. That's awesome.
Sounds
Yeah.
really good.
So actually, I just want to add a bit to this one. Actually, Simon, he's been one of the legendary founders. Like, I respect him for what he has done and what he is doing, because very few people we have in this ecosystem that actually think for the betterment of the ecosystem and what best can be given to the users that are joining the ecosystem. And I think I not just think, I just believe that Solana ID is one of that solutions that is going to change the identity solution, and that is where I think I was there when the Solana ID is launching. Like we were together in the same place in Founders Villa. That was amazing, and from there we have been meeting everywhere. And yeah, every he's been like my brother and a guide. Whenever I need something, I hit him up and take his feedback and get it going. Thank you so much for being a part of this, bro.
Of
It's
course.
a really special episode for us.
Of course, man. I mean,
Thank you.
we're always trying to help each other, I think, in the ecosystem. That's why Solana is so cool, because there's not a lot of
Yeah.
PvP in the founder circle. Even if you're competition, you kind of try to work together. So instead of competing with
Yeah.
protocols, you're always looking to collaborate with them. That works really well on Solana. So yeah, like there's a lot of good founders, not only us, there's a lot of good founders on Solana.
Yeah.
that are super collaborative. I think that's one of the superpowers this ecosystem has, honestly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Totally.
So
Yeah, well, if one grows, everyone grows. It's still early on in this. Everyone, if everyone supports each other, then definitely gonna go far. So yeah, we're gonna go into here are expert questions from BK, and yeah, let's get into
it's
the.
like it's not like literally like in-depth questions, but I would like to touch base and get to the core point of why this partnership would be very important for us and how we can actually make the best out of it, like both the companies and the communities, how we can do it. So for me, when it comes to identity, like I'll just give a case study. Like we thought of launching our NFT collection sometime mid next year, like last year in 2024. But when we actually entered that phase and when we are trying to do that, we saw the market speculation and the users. Like we don't know what type of users are we onboarding. There is a sudden inflow of people coming into our Discord servers, and then we had to figure it out to basically understand who is the right user, who is the right community member you want to like reward or get engaged. But when this happened, and I have been very closely observing the journey of Solana ID. The community has. Like I've never seen a website that is functioning completely when Solana ID is being onboarded. The community broke down all the systems, and that's because they loved the product, right? So when you guys are doing something, the community just loved it and they want to take part in that. So that is a very good drive to have as a community to become a part of the project, and that's what excites us the most. Like we are also taking our first steps to approach the new community, add new community members, and introduce them to the world. And we want to be sure, like what is the type of community we are aiming at. So here, in this particular case, we are focusing on LST-backed NFTs so that the people who are investing into our LST-backed collections, so they have a vision of supporting the Solana because it is going into the staking yields and it's actually helping out Solana to actual Solana validators. And also, they are contributing the APY to the project so that we can consistently get some revenue generated from that and provide better experiences for the users. So this is a win-win situation, and here the user refining will play a very major role. And this is where I was very much excited to like deep dive into like how Solana ID can basically improve this experience of onboarding the initial core community members to the project as a company, so that how we can get right users and users can get the right benefits because they are excited to work with us and they get to know more. So how do you see this vision panning out?
I mean, there's so much we could talk about, but let's start at the beginning of everything, which is how does it work in Web 2? Like,
Mhm.
how do Web 2 companies find their target users, right? They have very
Yeah,
sophisticated advertising platforms like Google AdSense, Facebook Business Manager, basically all the big data monopolies that have all the user data, that have all the users. And if you're a marketer and if you're familiar with these systems, it is insane how much you can do
mm,
with these things. Like you can target, you know, the exact audience that you want to reach with your product, and then make them aware of
right.
your product and try to capture these for your offering, right? Which is pretty efficient. Like let's be real. Like it to an extent, it's good that it's that way because otherwise I would see all the bullshit I don't want to see in my browser. Like
Yeah,
this way at least I get to see advertisements and promos and so on that are potentially interesting for me. So it's kind of a win-win to an extent. Where this system fails hugely is on the data sovereignty and data monetization part, because we as users that are actually the identity holders, the data owners essentially, we get completely cut out of the loop from the monetization. And the take rate from
mm,
Facebook basically is 100%. Take rate means they take everything they make on your data, and that's why this company is so
yeah,
much worth, right? Targeted advertisement is the largest industry in Web 2. There's so much money being made there, and what do we get? Free apps. Okay, cool, right? But these apps are not even making our life better. Let's be honest, right? They're
yeah,
sometimes more a curse than a blessing. So essentially, what I was say is what we need to do in crypto. We need to find similar ways to target the right users that we want, and build these efficient kind of communication systems, matchmaking systems between advertiser and application that might be interesting for me and me as a data owner, kind of finding my way to them. Right? We don't have that really in Web3 yet.
yeah.
And now we can even do the other part better, where Web 2 failed, which is monetization and ownership of data. Now we can do privacy first. You can be owner of the data. You don't have to disclose everything. We can use sophisticated tech like ZK and so on to make sure that people not, disclose what they don't have to disclose. And we can loop in the user as data owner in the monetization as well. So that's what we believe is going to be the new era for targeted marketing in the internet. It is built on crypto rails. It is based on cryptographic accounts, public-private key accounts, wallets, essentially, which give a lot of ownership to applications. But right now we don't have it in crypto really. Like right now we have so much noise and not enough targeted data-driven things.
Yeah.
Like this, that's also what you said, BK. Why Solana ID community is so strong in crashing apps, which means like our users are engaged. They're trying to go out there and use the apps we recommend to them. It's because our community is not huge, but loud and efficient and
Yeah.
honest people that are trying to use apps, which is the opposite of most other Web3 companies. They have like a huge community of whatever, but no one really gives a shit about the product. No one gives a shit about crypto. Really, everyone just puts the hand open and says, "Give me something for free." And we need to I think if we don't find a better way of doing this, this could kill crypto even. Honestly, because it sucks. As builders, it sucks. We know it. Like we don't appreciate the kind of bad behavior of some people in the space, and we need to make sure that we incentivize good behavior to have more of it.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to incentivize good behavior, make people leverage their good reputation on chain, and that incentivizes them to be good, literally, because they can derive value.
Right.
So a little bit of a ramble here, but it's kind of obviously a topic close to my heart because that's why we started, because of these things.
Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to know as well. Like this Astrocast, it's about like being candid and sharing our thoughts out loud, thinking about nothing. But this actually is the core heart of Solana, which is what we love the most about you and Pierre and also the Solana, the whole project itself. Oh, that's amazing, bro. Actually, yeah, the reputation system that actually brings me to the second question. I wanted to focus on that. Even for exclusively our case, let's take this scenario of like what we are launching, the LSD-based NFTs. Not everyone actually has capital to deploy, 3 to 4 SOL to buy an NFT and hold it. And after holding it, they can't, they are literally scared of that going to zero because not everyone has that amount of money, right? But they want to enter the crypto space and they see a fascinating project. They want to believe in it and they want to support that. They get into that, and in the end, it's completely out of their hands. So, which is why in the first, as the first basic rule, what we thought is, okay, we have this exclusive collection which we did in the past that will be there for only exclusive people, like who got the pre-sales, like Mad Lads and this thing that is already done. So now whatever we are doing, let's keep it accessible so that people won't have that risk of that one. But we also need to identify people who can actually spend that money on a project, on a vision of Solana. So we want to know who are the people that are actually passionate about growing chains, growing ecosystem, because we have so many people, so many on-chain records, like how many people are transacting on Solana, are the active participants of Solana. All this data for us to accumulate, it's going to take a lot of time, or we might not have these systems and things in place already. But you guys are already making it, and you have multiple tiers, and each tier has different type of behaviors or user behaviors. Like even I participate in that program as well. Even I was in one of the tiers as well. So I'm really seeing actually it's working out really nice so that we have right set of users and we can they contribute as per their passion or what in the field they love. They want to put in the money, they put in the money and wait. Or if they want to contribute socially, they'll do that. So they are choosing their own rails from Solana ID as a gate. So that's what this reputation system you guys made is pretty amazing, to be honest. I really love about that. Yeah.
And thanks for the compliment. It's just the beginning as well, right? Like the priority pass, what you just referred to,
Yeah.
it was a proof of concept, right? So it's a very limited in functionality, I would say. It is a fixed user base of 20,000 accounts because we capped it. So it's not all of Solana. What we're doing now, it's literally just a very small snapshot of people that managed to get in early to Solana ID when we're there. And then we kind of built this system where we check their on-chain behavior. That's the first solid score, which was a very basic model. The next solid score is much more sophisticated. Then we also check the like some on-chain, off-chain credentials using
Hmm.
zk proof. So you experience the user flow probably. You could verify your Discord account, you could verify your Twitter account, but nothing.
Hmm.
We never pull any data on chain. We just create a zk proof that says, okay, this man has a Twitter account. Okay, this guy has this Discord role, and so on. So
Right,
we can
right.
verify these things in chain, and that's how we derive the tiers in the 20,000 wallets. And then
Hmm.
to be in the first tier, in the 1,000 accounts, you had to really do all the credentials, sign up very early, refer a bunch of friends. So be very
Yeah,
active with the product. So only those, it was very competitive at the end. Like a lot of people tried to get into the first class by jumping
right.
lanes, by jumping waiting list lanes, by doing all the interactions. And right now we have this group of 1,000 people that probably get the most value out of the priority pass because they're in tier one, right?
Right,
Now
right, right.
when we open, as soon as we open this up to the whole Solana ecosystem, that's Solana ID, the next product version.
Hmm.
Like everyone can sign up to it, and we're gonna have much more than 20,000 accounts potentially on that application that are not in fixed tiers, but
Hmm.
you can change your tier by improving your on-chain behavior,
Hmm.
or on ramping more off-chain credentials, or interacting with the product, and so on. And then you as a product, you as a game, for example, could say, okay, we're interested in only the top 5% of your accounts that you have as
Yeah,
ID holders, and we want to do some marketing for these guys. That's one way to do it. Or even better, I think that's where the magic happens. You can just tell us what credential you're looking for. So you can tell us,
yeah,
okay, we want people with more than 3 SOL on their wallet, or we want people, that interacted with this kind of DeFi app, or did this on-chain interaction, or has this off-chain credential, and then we
yeah,
can give you the potential size of that audience, like how many people would be eligible for that, and then you see, oh, it's 1 million accounts technically on Solana that are eligible for
yeah.
this criteria set, and then we'll help you to reach those people, right?
Right,
Eventually
right,
with
right.
targeted marketing. And I think this way we can make the outreach not only more efficient when it comes to attracting the right people, but also more capital efficient. Like
Right, right,
it's
right.
we can build marketing campaigns that are almost no brainer for
Yeah,
companies, because they're like, okay, if I spend this much amount of money on this campaign, I will get this percentage of that target audience.
right.
I will have those as customers. I will make the money back. So it's kind of a no-brainer product. That's the idea in the midterm.
I think like in the future we'll be seeing login with Solana ID and it has all the checks already done, and we don't have to worry
Very quick.
about like connect your Twitter, connect your Discord. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's a
right?
pain. Yeah, yeah, for
If
sure.
you're carrying around your identity backpack linked to your account in a privacy
Mm,
preserving way, you can skip a lot of
mm.
steps.
Right, 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 right. Oh,
It's a
very
great
excited.
concept.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to integrate that kind of stuff. Like, if there is one button like login with Solid, then Solid ID, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's perfect.
instant
And
credibility.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really like
And
that. We've talked about that quite a lot, and I think a lot of people talk about, oh, there's so many bots. There's these low quality interactions. These people are not. They just want to. I think we need to look the other way. Like, let's not worry so much about that, and let's worry about the people that really matter. And if you give them
that's exactly
like
right.
a times 20 multiplier on their rewards, yeah, the bot can come in and connect your 10 follower account and do this and that, but the person that really is contributing are still getting the value from it, are still at the core of the rewards and of the whole process, and that makes it so much easier. I really like
Yeah.
that concept.
You're speaking out of my heart, because we never intended to be a service that punishes bad people. We do the opposite. We try
Reward
to
the
help
good.
Absolutely.
the good
Yeah,
people, and we want to reward
yeah,
people with a good reputation. So we're not some weird kind of credit scoring agency that no one understands, that flags your account or some shit. That's not us. Like, we just want to help to enable people to leverage their good reputation, because right now you don't really have a system in place that can do that. Like, if you behave good on chain, like, it's kind of, there's no protocol, no standard that you can integrate in all the other D apps that will identify these people. Everyone is
yeah,
doing their own thing. Like everyone, like airdrop is the best example. Everyone who's doing an airdrop campaign comes up with their own weird concept of, like, I need to analyze these wallets, I need to, do this campaign. Like, everyone's doing it different. That can't be the future of the internet. Like, we need to have
yeah.
some kind of, system in place that you can just plug into, that makes these things easy. And I think Society can help.
100%. And before we go to the next one, actually, congratulations on Solid is doing solid. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
solid.
Yeah,
That's really good, bro. I was like completely impressed on how the token launch happened. Like, wow, it just blew my mind.
yeah.
Something coming from the ground of community and evolving into such a powerful company is salute for that. That's a brilliant execution. And
It was a
yeah,
good
I'm,
start.
I'm happy to follow your steps in this because that got. I was actually a bit worried. Is it actually possible? Taking community. Driving it completely through the community, is it possible? Is Web3 that mature? Should we take that
On-chain
step?
launch,
Or
you mean?
yeah, exactly. That was like
Yeah,
so
not
scary.
easy.
But yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
is
you guys
scary.
did a very
That's why
bold
no one
move,
sees
and yeah,
because it's much easier to actually it doesn't sound like it, but it's much easier to collect a shitload of money at a high valuation, sell a big dream to everyone, and then launch
yeah,
at a high valuation, list on 10 different sexes, pay them all off, pay a lot of
yeah.
money to KL. Like this system, this kind of blueprint that has been done in the past kind of 24 months or even before that, it's
100%.
easier actually
Yeah.
than doing an on-chain community first launch with no centralized exchanges that you pay off. So like we again, like I don't hate sexes, I just hate their business models. And I talk to them a lot, right? Like we're in touch with sexes for listings in future, but I just won't accept their terms until they accept to mine. So
Yeah.
that was our approach because we are the token. Like we're the
Yeah.
product. If
Decide the
you want to
rules.
sell
Yeah.
us on your platform, okay, then do it. List us. You don't need to. You
Yeah.
don't even need to ask me as an exchange to list my token. Just do it if you want to. And if a sex doesn't want to list you, they will make you an offer for $200,000 to list your token. But they don't really want you. They just want your money. So why would you
Yeah.
pay it?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Exactly.
it,
Doesn't make
whole
any
system is
sense.
a bit flawed, and we and the big the problem here is that the people who pay for this are usually the investors that come from retail.
Yeah.
The sexes are winning. The protocols even are winning. They have their
Hmm.
treasuries, high valuations, converting their tokens into stables. But the investors that go in at 5 billion FTV at the launch, and then they have
Yeah.
to sustain a pump for like 1 year. Those are the guys
Yeah.
that are screwed. And then we launched at the 20 mil FTV, and we've been 2x since then. Now we're more than 2x. We never jumped below it.
Yep.
So everyone who invested early, like some of our early investors, it's insane. Like the first investment rounds we did, those guys, they got their money from the investment back from a 5% unlock, and
Let's go.
they still have 95% invested, which is not right. So they're just gonna let their profits run, which is also healthy
Yeah.
for the product. So overall, I think it was the right idea to launch like that.
That's a huge win, right? That's how I think the ecosystem should evolve, in Web3, so that we can have a stable and more long-term focused products than raising at higher valuations, then struggling to hit that and trying to focus more on generating that money, getting those volumes, running those market makers. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah.
You
This,
want
this
to
is
try as
great.
long as possible to do it yourself organically and so on. Um, don't be scared of sexes. Don't be scared of market makers. They have a place in the industry. We just
Yeah.
need to make sure that it's a fair deal with them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. Okay, now let's also address the elephant in the room. Like one question I have, like, what are your thoughts on gaming on basically? We don't have much gamers. Let me be honest. Like on Web3 space, we don't have gamers. So people are bots. Like most of them are here to basically farm for some points and get some of those goodies and then exit. But there are also players who actually believe in gaming. Like for example, Alex. He's been gamer for like 15 years, and he have been worked with studios like 2K and all the topmost studios, and he's a hardcore gamer and tester, and he believes in the vision of Web3. And there are people like this in my team and also in so many other places where they love it. But how do we actually get them into the system? How do we actually onboard them, and how are we going to
Well,
basically tag them into identity feature, like these are the gamers? And
yeah,
what are the plans, what are the thoughts on your side? Like, how do you, if you are doing it, how do you do it?
I guess there's a simple answer that's not easy to execute. So it's simple but not easy. You just have to build a fucking good game.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course, of course.
that's
Yeah,
I think
of
it's
course.
because let's be real. Like when I talked with gamers from Web two, and we did the partnership with this esports community in Latam that you also went on the Discord to
Yeah,
pitch
yeah,
in.
Right, right,
Like
right.
huge community in Spanish-speaking community in Latin America, lots of Web2 gamers. They don't really give a shit about Web3 or not Web3.
Exactly.
They just want to
Yeah,
play a good game. But if you then tell them that this game is great, it's as good as a Web2 game, and it has additional features like ownership of assets, interoperability throughout different ecosystems, and all that kind of fun stuff. You can actually earn money with it even if you don't want to.
yeah,
Those are features, right, that are nice to have. But if the game at the bottom of it, the base of everything, if the game sucks, then it won't work. And I think that was the problem we had so far in crypto. It's just not easy
yeah,
to build games. You guys know better than
yeah.
myself. It's not easy to build a good freaking game, and you're competing with fucking heavyweight, companies.
Exactly. Yeah.
That are building very good games out there. So I think it's a battle, definitely. But yeah, we need to have freaking good games. I think that's the
Yeah.
solution. And then obviously, if you have that as a base, then you need to do the marketing right. But
Yeah. That's
in
the. Oh, sorry. Not. Please
I
continue.
just last sentence, like in sales, it's always the same. Um, Great marketing, shitty product doesn't work.
Right.
Great product, shitty marketing doesn't work, and you need both. So if you have that great game, now you also need to make sure that you have the right strategy to market it. But the question is, do you want to market it inside of crypto circles? Initially, sure, to kind of get the early adopters in, but then you need to expand. Right now, we need
Yeah.
to get all the other people in that are not in crypto yet, and
Hmm.
and get them to play the game. So I think that's the question, because I think what you wanted to say right now will bring me to my next thought. But you wanted to say something, DK?
No, actually, what I wanted to tell is, game is one of the core important things. Yeah, once we also have a good game, but Web3 offers a bit more than like just a gameplay, right? So it also brings a real economy into the gameplay. So like people in Web2 games, if they're playing, they don't actually spend anything. Like it's a free to play game, or they have a minimum. They get a pass for like $5 or $2 or what $1, and they get into it and get started with that. But when it comes to Web3, it comes like, they need to spend more money because it's always involved with transaction costs, on-chain asset management, and all these things. So there's always a barrier to let them start with Web3 gaming. So initially they need to deploy a bit of capital.
Mm.
So that if you are having a right user base in the start, right? Let's say if 1,000 people who already are used to this Web3 gaming, and they are used to spending about like $1 a day, or like $15 a month or something like that, then it would be like it's very common for them. They feel much more easier to use it, and once they use it, that would be a core like the core community from where we can basically pivot and target the larger audience. Okay, these guys are doing it. This is how it's done. So they are doing it because it is much more fun and more valuable than a traditional game. Of course, game is the core ethos. That's the reason why we have been grinding for the last 1.5 years. I think like we have been trying. We are building a very strong IP just for this, because we need to have that good game and also good economy, but also people who are willing to step up from the regular subscriptions to a bigger subscription, so that Web3 games can also survive. So yeah, that is what I would also be interested, like in track and get those initial community members. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Solana ID in the chat. Let's go.
let's
GM,
go.
That's not me.
GM,
That's not
GM.
me. That's not me. Um,
Nice. Yeah, just wanted to touch
um,
on something real quick.
yeah.
I think from my point of view, in terms of Web3 gaming, we have the opportunity to be so multifaceted and go in so many directions at the same time, which I think it touches a bit on what BK say when you want to upgrade your. What does that mean? For there's whales out there that play games for fun and don't worry about spending thousands if necessary to have that fun. That's one facet that you can look at, and that funds a lot of free to play games out there, mobile games that are funded. They're played by millions and funded by a small group of like 1,000 or 2,000 people. They really lay it in and really pay for everyone so they can win and dominate. And that's a good one aspect that you can have, that it can be useful if not destroying the average gameplay experience. Another facet you can have are the farmers. Like you said, you can create gameplay that is literally like a job where you are working, creating value inside the game to then supply for instance, to these whales or big communities or guilds. And then you can have like the free to play normal Web 2 gameplay that you're used to. I think from my point of view, addressing all these facets and creating gameplay for all of them and creating something fun for all of them to then work together and create that real world, the real life economy, I think is the point that Web3 brings. That I mean, and
Yeah.
again, for me, I always say this: Web3 is the step ahead, is the evolution, is what adds to what we had. It doesn't lose anything to Web2. There's no way. It just adds a little bit more. So playing along with these three facets, I've seen it work very well for certain very big games that are out there. I think this is a path we're thinking of
Yeah.
taking.
Definitely, there's a lot of potential. We just have to get the code start problem kind of out of the way, which is usually, you
Yeah.
start something that needs a community, and because games without players are not so much fun. So how do you get the first players that kind of cross the chasm to mass adoption, right? Like that's the heavy lifting at the beginning for every platform model, and games are essentially platforms, right, where people meet each other. So I think that's just where we need to get the heavy lifting done. But on both you guys' comments right now, just a thought as well. I think there's a lot of money in gaming, isn't it? Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of it's a big ass industry in general, like gaming.
And the numbers what Alex is speaking is in Web 2. People spend that much money in Web 2
Exactly.
itself. Like they are
Yeah.
willing to spend in Web
So
3. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
So exactly. So when you said DK, yeah, it's kind of a barrier to entry because you have to pay money. Well,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
spend fucking thousands of dollars per month for some games, and I think is interesting case study is Star Atlas on Solana, isn't it? Like you're probably familiar with Star Atlas, and last time I talked to Michael, the founder from Star Atlas, he told me that the average revenue per daily active user on Star Atlas is the highest
Yeah.
in all games
Yeah. Yeah.
ever.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's the best part.
It's ridiculous. So I think it is possible, right? You just have to, do everything right. There's a lot of
Yeah.
variables,
But
a lot of things you need to adjust.
what we would love to see is we want to find those users who are playing that Sarah class.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy. Like
Yeah,
they're already on
that's what
chain,
you want to do. Yeah.
so we can happen
Solana
that.
ID.
Like,
Yeah, let's go.
here you
There you
go.
go,
Yeah.
Cesar.
Yeah, and it's that thing. When I mean, a game. I always say this: the game doesn't have to be complicated. A game doesn't have to be super. On the contrary, a game simple and addictive. You see games out there like Fortnite is kind of a simplistic approach to a game. There's no story. There's no real. I mean, not, that I know of. That they might have built something after the thought, but not originally. It's so simple. People easily understand. Go in, have fun, go out, and done. And it just they just connect so much to their kind and it's just addictive. It's just a gameplay that is simple, well done, well made, easy to understand, appeals to a lot of people, and some of them will go wild spending because they can. And it's just visuals. You're not even interfering with the gameplay. You're not killing more. You're not winning more. You're just another game, for instance, Web 2 that has that Warframe. Warframe free to
Hmm.
play game. People spend a lot just to make their character their own, and it doesn't change the gameplay at all. Like we can go on and
So
on
funny.
examples like that. Yeah,
Gaming is it's a great example. Gaming is a great example of how humans spend money, right? Because we don't give a shit. Like we just spend it because it's just status, right? It's a status game
Yeah.
for,
It's
for
a social
most for
status.
most
Yeah.
of, right? Like, and I relate to that. Like in my teenage years, I played a lot of games. I spent a lot of money on some of these games for some fucking skins and shit and swords,
Uh,
right? That obviously that money never came back to me. I think I remember I tried to sell one of my accounts on some online platform where you can sell things online. It was fucking pain in the ass to sell your account with your password and shit. Like it never really works. And in crypto,
uh,
in Web3, it could be so much easier, right? And then coming back to identity as well, like all the data traces, all the footprints you leave while playing those games, they are data,
yeah.
right? You're
Yeah.
creating data. And if that channels back in your ID account that you own in your wallet, basically, or across your wallets, you
Exactly.
could it could elevate your status even more, right? Because you're building a track record, right? You're spending money on chain, you're interacting with people in those games. There's a lot of data points we could extract and funnel into
Right.
your ID account. and that could even open doors with finance apps, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really interesting what you can do on top of.
We have
yeah,
some great
exactly.
points here in the chat. Grip said gamers spend a crazy amount of money on planned obsolescence, which
Mm.
is it's I always mentioned like you buy the Diablo 4 special edition with all that stuff, you play it for like maybe 30 hours and you don't think about it again, or like you just paid, you played, and you're out. That happens a lot. Like people do that a lot of times. And Solana ID said, imagine folks who spend a couple of hundreds of thousands each year on FIFA points and they become
Yeah, they
worthless
do.
after 1 year.
They
Like
do.
there's there's so much money in gaming. I think the main reason is the same why there's so much money in movies or in other industries,
It's
because
fun.
it's entertaining. It's entertainment. It's fun. People are looking for fun, are looking for that injection of adrenaline
I mean,
all the time.
why,
So
why do we trade in crypto? Why do we make money? Like it's a
Yeah,
very essential question. It's a very kind of fundamental question. Like why do humans need money? Usually we need it
that
to
really.
have more fun in life, right? And
Yeah,
yeah,
gaming is the pinnacle of that, I guess.
yeah. That's perfectly stated. Yeah, 100%. Nice. That's great. I don't know if you have time, but we'll be hanging around like for 10, 15 more minutes. But before if there are any questions, maybe from the chats, or
yeah.
you let us know
Maybe
if you have something else, but you can yeah.
I think what would make sense is to just mention a bit of kind of roadmap and timeline for us, because I think people sometimes they're wondering, okay, what Solana ID right now doesn't have a live product, like how can I interact with it, like what happens next, and so on. It's very straightforward. If you don't have a priority pass, that's okay. That is the early adopter campaign. That just means you're not an early adopter of Solana ID. That's okay. But going forward, there's going to be the Solana ID protocol, and it has its own app, the Solana ID Hub, where people can sign up and claim their Solana ID. Very straightforward,
Hmm.
and we're working on it right now. And the ETA is end of this month, actually. So we're planning to have the first kind of MVP style version of the Solana ID out very soon in a few weeks. And then we'll have a chance again for people to sign up, claim their Solana ID, and see what first perks they can get inside of our ecosystem. So that's happening next. For now, right now, the best thing people can do is just join our communities and stay in the loop. That's
Yep,
the biggest help right now.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the
that's
links
perfect.
there in the stream. Go check out Solana ID. Definitely something groundbreaking, something really good. Wanted to touch real quick then before we go to the questions here. If anyone has questions, you guys can start dropping them in the chat. Whatever questions you guys have for Simon, for BK. And meanwhile, let's remember everyone about the giveaway. We're giving away a whitelist for the Astro Kids NFT mint, and I'm sure the intern is gonna pop it on the screen anytime. Here we go. So the giveaway, you will be able to win this whitelist by sharing, commenting Astrocast, right, with and tagging then the world and tagging Solana ID
It's
in
not an
this
idea.
case. Yeah. So just like, share, comment Astrocast,
And there
and
is
tag the world and tag Solana ID. In next week, we'll be able to give you about everyone that participated to give you the whitelist. Here we go.
And also, one more thing which we'll be announcing next week. So, as we said, how Solanide is a very core important partner for us to start our community. So, we'll be doing maybe an announcement on how we actually appreciate the contributors in the community of Solana ID, and we want the best of them to be part of our ecosystem as well. And yeah, I think more will be rolled out officially in the next week. So stay tuned, and yeah, happy to have you here, Seven. Thank you so much
For
for taking the time
sure.
and hopping the call. Yeah, thank you so much. If there is no
Anytime.
questions, then yeah, let's anything else?
No, we can wrap it up from my side.
Yeah,
I would say there's lots to do in the future. I think also between our projects, we're both kind of young projects on Solana still.
yeah, yeah.
So I think there's going to be lots of work that we can do together and kind of share across our communities. And yeah, the first thing that we do together might be very, very soon. Working on it right now. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, overall, was really cool to chat with you guys. Thanks for having me. And the fucking intro song is dope. I have never heard it before. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys, whoever made that or whoever is behind that. Really good job. That's crazy. Really, really
That's
cool.
I'm
Alex. Thank
glad
you
you
so much
like
for
it.
that. Yeah, Alex
Nice.
did that. That's like
It's
so
insane.
good.
Yeah, it took a while, but we got something really good, I think, for sure.
Oh,
So
for
you was
sure.
just we're just checking here if you have any questions from the audience. Do you guys have anything? If not, oh, there's Grip had great comments. So Fortnite brings in over 6 billion annually on cosmetic items. So we just need a small slice of the pie, and we're gonna get there.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
Thanks, Rib. Okay, that's it,
Cool.
bro.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I'll
see
jump
you.
out.
See you soon. Yeah, bye bye. Peace.
Cool. All the best.
Thank you
Thanks
so
everyone for
much.
tuning in.
See you guys
Bye,
soon.
guys.
See
Bye for now.
you. Bye bye. Yes, just we will also roll out just like few more updates regarding this one. Like as last week we have shown our yes sir, more works. Let's go. Yeah, last time yeah regarding that Astrocast Creator, we are almost done with the implementation of Astrocast Creator, and yesterday we have run our tests, and tomorrow it's gonna go live for the team. We'll be crafting our first Astrocard and saving that in our profiles, and that will be tested, and then the profile minting will also be live so that all the pre-sale holders get to customize their NFTs first, save them, secure them, so that no one else gets the art you wanted. And then there will be gates opening for the best of the communities. And we strongly believe Solana ID community is one of those, and we want them to be our first community entry points. We are already we already have Mad Lads and Monkey DAO community in our first round of pre-sales for the Elite Edition. Unfortunately, we have Solana ID this time so that we have more better curated community, and like we take this to the new heights. Yeah, excited for that. And yeah, next week is going to be a ride. We have a lot of Astrocasts, and there are so many amazing guests that's coming to talk and share their thoughts. And we actually work with our partners. Uh, we mean it because we respect the technology and the value they provide, and they respect our products in the same way, and we actually work in a collaborative manner. So very excited to share these type of stories, and how we plan to grow this ecosystem together. And yeah, that's what I think Astrocast is going to be about, and it's more about our journey that's documented live here every week. I would say. What say, Alex?
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, that sounds awesome. So if there's nothing else, I guess it will be done for today.
Yep.
But I have something here that I wanted to share.
Mhm.
So let me try get it running. Just a moment.
Okay, Alex cooked something.
I think you saw yesterday. Let me,
Oh,
let me see
oh, the
here.
lyrical. Ah, okay, let's go.
Is it up? I shared the screen. Can you see it?
No, I think it's yeah, yeah.
Ah,
We have
here
it
we
here. Let's
go.
go. We are it with the style.
Oh, I shared the wrong one. Just a second. Yeah, now we're ready.
Let's go. Oh, is it audible? I can't hear it. I was not sure. No sound. Yeah, we can't hear it.
Oh,
Alex.
weird.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I can hear it.
Yeah, but in the stream it's not coming. Yeah, maybe next time we can add that to the stream and push it. But maybe if Zazen does some magic, he can make it live too. Yeah, play it again. Let's go.
Try it now.
No.
Is it working?
So, play it in three.
Yeah, we rise from the void. Builders of the vault, make some noise.
Can you hear it now?
This is truth, this is fire.
Yeah, sing the lyrics.
We're the grinders, the makers, the dream machine. Chasing visions through the web, they shine. Grinding through space, coding in time. The fold is ours, yeah, we're claiming the game. Astric is rising, remember. Astric is rising, remember the net. Coding in time. The fold is ours, yeah, we're claiming the game. Astric is rising, remember the name. It's the future. We're breaking the chains. Riding the
Finally, let's go. We synced it. Close. That is fun.
galaxies wide. The astral kids conquer. The vault on the rise. Yo, solo explorers building the base. From an island of dreams to the vastest space. Transforming the grind into indie gold. Bear the torch, we're breaking the old. This ain't just a game, it's a movement away from the sea to the stars. It's the future we pave. A limited
Just a bit back, we are matching it.
exclusive mid-watch, the legends arrive. Builders
Yeah, it's pretty weird that it wasn't sending the sound on the screen share.
This is going
Maybe I
to be a
did it
blooper
wrong.
going forward, you know. People will remember this.
the beat drop. Indie revolution, and we won't stop. From collectors to coders, we're setting the bar. Rising like rockets, we're aiming for stars. The vault is ours. We're breaking the chains. Riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of the planet Earth to galaxies wide. The Astric is conquer. The vault on the rise. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The vault is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fists raised, we're making you proud.
Yeah,
Billy is
Billy
always a
the
star.
Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your
Yeah, I guess this is where we say goodbye
Yeah.
for now.
Goodbye. Yep.
Thanks so much
See
for
you all
joining.
in the next Astrocast. Thank you so much.
See you next
Bye-bye.
Astrocast. Bye.
Uh,